Fat back and I know life insurance. About to lose the house on her own. Hey. Get my mind. Free show. 5 minutes. Wait, can I? Show. I can't really hear. I am going to pretend that I am. So. No. I am. That I am going to pretend that I am. When I'm trying to make I am made on. Come on, Paige, let's go. Yeah. Oh, yo. Yo, let's rhyme now. Yo, yo, every time when it's cool, yo. That's how we do it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, snap. Which is pretty close as far as yeah. What? I got the AC on. Hot. I mean, I say muy calor and yeah. Getting something. All games. All games. All games. Oh. Gotta do all games so I can check. You son of a bitch, Dylan! All games, baby, don't you cry. Alright. Everything be alright. Alright. I'm missing. I can't ever spell. But... Sorry about the boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean. Somehow I know we can make it through this. All right. All right there. All right. Baby, don't you cry. Who sings that? I think actually I don't know. That was kind of all right. 1 minute, Dougie Fresh, you're on. Sounds pretty good, I say. Yes. Yes. And butts on. Because excuse me, got the bird. Am I forgetting something? I feel like I am. Oh, thank you, Tiger Cloud. Free showing the beast with the beast. Tiger Clouds in chat. Y'all wanna? Oh, the show didn't start yet. I didn't. Yo, welcome to the All Night Cast, the official Blind District Kong Crucial Super Dope Show for Reservoir9.com, representing allgames.com. I'm Stephen D. Gibson, aka Esgee, aka Electron Bandit, aka I have done it. I've created theme title song for Crashers, the video game I am working on with the team of Crashers. Not the name of the team, Crashers. It is Pink Array, the name of. Anyway, it doesn't. But I did it, and I played it. I think I played it last week and the week before. And I haven't started streaming my music time. Music time? I don't know. You make the music and stream. There's some streamers who do that. They make it a music, and that's what they do. I haven't done that yet. I think I'm gonna move this. And then we go. Okay. Gotta focus. Focus that real quick. I do want to work on the lighting. Not as good. It's good enough. So yeah, you guys you're new to the stream, which I know you're not. But if you hear this on YouTube or Mixer, Twitch down the road, because that's where it are. You can go to allgames.com/live and click on the Discord chat jammy button thingy there, and you will be taken to a world where chatters are in there 24/7. Listen to the music on allgames.com and be in chat and stuff happens. Ty Claw's in there, always posting Hollywood news. Although he did post a video game thing earlier today, which is about how Digital Foundry kind of states that the PlayStation Classic PlayStation is disappointing. I didn't even watch that video yet, because today was like one of those days I was like, okay, what did I do? I painted one of my rims on my truck. I'm like, oh, they look so horrible. Let me just make them look a percentage better. So pick it up, taint it up, clean it first. I get the dirt off. And I sprayed it and I looked at it and I was like, better than it was. And I slapped it back on. I went to the store. Went to Home Depot and Lowe's. I needed to build a thing. I need to build a cover for my AC so I can buffer the sound a little bit. Won't completely take it away, but it'll build it. Is also in Discord. Nintendo stuff resells like Apple stuff. In the end, I paid $4 for. Okay. In other news, Microsoft became the most valuable company. Took it over from Apple again. From when it was, I think Apple took it over 5 years ago, something like that. 7 years? I don't remember. Microsoft had it in the aughts, in the mid-aughts. I think they lost it in 2005, but they gained it back. So here's the thing. Sony's not even in this conversation. Sony. They got cameras, some TVs, and PlayStation. That's all they got. So Sony's not even in this, the most wealthiest company in the world conversation because, you know, whatever. Fanboys be like, but they got the exclusives, right? I'm like, well, yeah, sure. Still not paying the bills, is it? You're struggling. And the thing about Sony, not Sony, but the Sony fanboy, but the Sony fanboys that they don't realize is that, yes, good games, yes, okay, yes, that's great. But what happens when those games, those exclusives, aren't that good? What happens when that happens? Because it's very odd. It's very rarely when a company, which has, what do they have, like 10 studios, I think, or something like that, are all like each studio is creating banger after banger after banger after banger. You know, that hasn't happened. And so Spider-Man was not a Sony studio, but it was. So let's count that one. That was a banger. We guess that's a banger. God of War's a banger. Detroit Become Human, not a banger. That was like it looks good. It's it looks good. It's not a banger, right? Days Gone's not gonna be a banger. The thing about that is Days Gone and Last of Us 2, I think, are coming out in the same year. So I'm like, okay, is there a crossover or something? I don't know. What would be cool is if is if they do Days Gone, right, and then Last of Us 2, right, and then they have a free multiplayer battle royale zombie game that has all the characters from both games. Come on, Sony, you have the power. You can be like, all right, yo, this is what we're going on. Ellie gonna have Joel. What was his dude's name? Joel, whatever. That dude, all the characters from Last of Us, and then Days Gone people all into zombie royale, whatever you want to call it, and boom, that'd be dope. And it's free. It's fan service. Come on, son. Sorry, I don't think Sony wants to give anything out for free. That's a thing that's not happening. So let's talk about real quick how disastrously horrible the image perception is of the PlayStation Classic. Now, I already was like, look, I got a PS1 and one game, and I'm like, if I could find an old copy of like Shadow of the Colossus, I'll scoop that up for a couple of pennies. You know what I mean? Or, you know, so there's some other great games for the PS2. I'll scoop those up, you know, for the collection or whatever, just to see, just for poops and ha-has. But what they did with the come on, son. Well, actually, Shadow of the Colossus was... Anyway, I'm like, come on, son. How Tyclon Chat says, let's face it, PS1 Classic is just a cash grab. Not much thought was put into it. There was thought put into it, and it was a cash grab. But the plastic itself, minus the 2 USB ports, the plastic itself looks cool. I'm like, that's a cute little thing to have on your shelf. It's a little cute. If you're a collector of mini consoles just for the aesthetics, sure. It's like I collect amiibos and mini consoles. They literally have a market for little mini arcade machines. Like, Sega has a bunch of them. I'm trying to get me some, but I'm like, nah, man, that's like $30 for a little. I'm like, I don't think I want to spend money. Pace is in chat versus the Xbox Classic will be better. It will have Halo 1, Halo 2, and well, we're done. Burr, come on, man. You forgot about... Man, I forgot what the freaking... what's that other game? That it wasn't Bungie. It was with the lizard dude and the lady and the dude. Man, I got that game and I played it and I was like, this is a game. This is a game. PC Class. Fusion Frenzy, no. What's the game? Wow, I can't remember it. It's Brute Force. You gotta put Brute Force on there just for ha-has. And also that the racing game it started with an M or something. That was a pretty dope game. I was like, oh, it's crazy physics. You crashing into stuff. You got to jump and do. It's kind of cool. It's like a puzzle racing game. I was like, okay, that was a good game too. Project Gotham? No, Metropolis. No, that was Dreamcast. So Metropolis Street Racer was Dreamcast. So whatever the Metropolis Street Racer sequel, I guess it was Project Gotham. The first one was on original Xbox. Yeah, that's another one. Come on, son. This fucking rally, the rally game, Rally Sport. Come on, son. There's so many original Xbox games. They can literally make an Xbox Classic, and it will be way better than a PlayStation Classic. Way better. With Halo alone, it would be better. I saw the PC. That's a hot piece of garbage. Let me go back. I did skip it. Trash is okay. I thought can be put into trash, but I also think the NES Classic. Yeah, I mean, if you take these consoles, these cash grabs, as what they are, it's like, okay, this is a representation of nostalgia and the NES. This is a representation of Super NES, nostalgia, PlayStation, etc. PlayStation's is the worst out of all of the nostalgia boxes. It's horrible. I'm looking at it, I'm like these boxes is like, okay, it ties into nostalgia. I have one now, but as a kid I didn't have an NES, but my brother had one, my cousin had one. So I had access to all of that, right? I was Sega. I was the Sega side. They weren't buying Sega Master System or Sega Genesis. I had to do that. But I still have nostalgia. Like I played all those early NES games. Mario 2 was my jam, son. That was my favorite. Which is Super Mario 2. Zelda, of course, I played Zelda like crazy. I was trying to get into the racing games, like was it Rad Racer? I think that was what. That wasn't good. I was trying to find the equivalent to Outrun on the Nintendo, and there was nothing. So I gave up on that. Faces, what's that? Classic, hot damn, looks. Yeah, I know, right? They got the color right. I tell you. And the little thing right there is I think that's an SD card slot. I was like, you know what? That's all right. If they made SD cards look like the 3.25 discs, that would be dope. I'll be like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, all right now, because all you gotta do is put a stick on. PC back then were literally they still have desktops. Tiger Claw. The name desktop is because it goes on your desktop. I mean, that's how they were. A lot of people, still YouTubers, they put their PCs on their desktop to show the lights and pretty glass and stuff. So still desktop. Still literally desktop. And the mouse was a circle, but forget about that. Mouse was not if you lay it down. My PCs are laid down. They're like, because some PCs, for some reason, the drive tray is orientated horizontally, and I was like, well, I mean, yeah, you can put it in because. I mean, it's not like this is a slim PC. It's wide enough to have a horizontal. There is no difference. Pace. He's just crazy. Pace says, wait, what's the difference between a desktop and a tower? Semantics. One goes on the desk. No. Other goes on the floor. No, all things go on the floor. Get on the floor. I don't put my PCs on the desk unless it's a laptop, of course. Because I have too many monitors. I don't have any. Pace says, Tiger, what's the difference? Billy OK says, that's the difference. Pace says, you can put a tower on your desk. Funny, exactly. And put another desk on your desk. Does it? Tiger says, you don't get what I'm saying. PCs back in the day, horizontal. There are both now. Depends on what you buy, because a lot of those Dell Optoplexes or whatever that they still sell, they have horizontal orientations. Well, you do it both ways. It's like the PlayStation and the Xbox. You put it on the stand, it's vertical. You put it that way, it's flat. What is that? You know, does that make a desktop console? Huh? Well, yes, the first PCs, like the PC Junior, you couldn't put up that way because of the drive in it. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if those magnetic drives, those disk drives, could operate vertically. Can they? I'm trying to remember. I think they could, right? I think I remember seeing some vertical drives. So that might be alright. Not the cases. Apple. Yeah. But here's the thing. Back when the term desktop was, I guess, created, there was nothing else. I mean, there was the big, the tape drives that took up a room. Then there's, what is that, the room top? It's the room size. Room scale PCs, and then desktop. It's the shrinking. And then laptop, but that came out way later. Yes, I have too many monitors. Right now I have 4 on the desk. I have 2 down here that I'm not using. I need to, once I get a better TV, I think I'm gonna get a 4K TV, for my studio here, so I can have a giant 4K display, so I can have all kind of stuff. I can have everything on the screen plus more room. Be hard to read, but still be cool. I'll get a big screen. I'll probably get a 4. Tie classes, those drop. Well, the 5.25 or 5.25. I forget what the size is. Or is it what the big floppy the actual floppies? Probably didn't work like that. Well, you know. Those room-sized PCs were called mainframe. Sure, because they weren't personal computers. Because that's what PC means. Personal computer. It wasn't a personal computer. It was a big-ass refrigerator. You know? So, when it got small and they could sell it to people, they coined the term personal computer. Here's your Atari personal computer. Here's your IBM PC Junior personal computer with 4K of memory. Such power. I had an Aquarius. That wasn't a real computer, but they tried to call it one. Had them soft ass spongy buttons. That's so bad. But it did have Dungeons and Dragons. That was kind of dope. I was like, let's see. Yeah, Optiplex. See, that Optiplex you can do vertical or horizontal. Although no, I mean this is a vertical. I have an Optiplex in the in my garage. So I'm gonna do something with it. I don't know what. I took it apart. I cleaned up all the goop gop on the key on the chips, the thermal paste, because it was all dried and crusty anyway. And I put it back together. I didn't put any thermal tape because I didn't have and thermal paste because I didn't have any. And it still works, but I don't really run anything. But I have the thermal paste. Maybe I'll do that. Yes, yeah, Doomplate. That's not a tower. That's a desktop. That's what it says right there. Desk. But like I said, my 2 towers are laying on their sides right now. Yeah, exactly. It's a tower if you stand it up. Yeah, exactly. And they have feet on the side and they have feet on the back. You see? So it works both ways. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, you know, back in the day, they were called desktops and they weren't towers because you couldn't stand. But yeah, I mean, towers soon came soon after. It went when I guess when Apple started letting other, or I don't know if they let them, but it was like when those Apple clones started coming out, like legally, and then Apple shut them down. Those were my first memory of towers. Basically, when they had those Apple clones, because I think Apple had I don't know if Apple had the first tower design, but I remember. Well, I mean, the Macs were the Macs in school it's a screen with a disk drive in it. The whole computer's in it. iMac. That was a desktop with a screen on it, but it was also kind of a tower. You want to semanticize it a little bit? It was more of a desktop with a screen on it, but it was more vertical than it was horizontal, and it was pretty thin too. Let me pull. I remember it had them in school. Oh, I'm like, why is everybody so hyped on this? It's just a doofy computer with a black and white screen. Got a lot of wires there. You need to yeah, you need to words. You need to image. You need to, yeah, there it is. This is what I saw in my school. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so that was the Macintosh. It wasn't called the Mac, it was the Macintosh. Had Judas' RC program. not Wipeout, but it's race. Oh yeah, RC Pro Am's dope. You know what's cool about RC Pro Am? It's on the Rare Replay Microsoft owns now because that game. So yeah, so I got that. Not even have to get a Nintendo. Got wheels on that thing. How tall is that? That's too big. I bet you there's a lot of dust in it. Looks. I can't even. Let me see. Oh man, I can't. Open. Come on, sucker. So man. Oh man, look at all that dust, yo. Look at all that dust, yo. Come on. Is that Cooler Master? Come on. I'm about to say Tiger Claw. Tiger Claw. Tiger Claw. You need to get a better IKEA desk, first of all. That particle board, nah, you need to get real wood. Look at that. No. And look at the dirt. Look at the dirt right here on your keyboard. I mean, that's your mouse thing, right? Anyway, see cable man. I can see cables here. You should set up your lighting better because when you use the flash on your camera, it shows all the bad stuff. It's dust on your fan. What is that? What is this on the fan in the what is that? Is that your whatever, doesn't matter. There's your power thing, your APC, right? UPC, whatever it is. Power jammies. So if the power goes out. Yeah, you gotta clean this, man. You, don't send us no more pictures unless you clean. You need to. This is what you need to do, Tekla. You need to make a video of you cleaning your computer. Take off the thing. You take off the vents here with the thing. You open the front here. You blow it all out. You clean the fans up. Go on the side, you clean up the wind exit, you clean all the black stuff and stuff, all the little stuff growing on the thing. Look at all the little ledges, it's got little dust and stuff. Like, if there was a climber, look at your grout. Look at the grout. It's kind of not clean. What color is that originally? Is it that light color? It's like, you know, light gray or something, and then it's like dirty. Yeah, white tile. I don't like white. My mom put white tile within her whole house. And I'm like, I hate white tile. But then she used black grout. Smart. If you use black grout, pro tip, use black grout. That way, when it gets dirty, you can't tell. It might be dirty, but it doesn't look dirty. Because, oh no, my black grout is black. So, but if you use white grout on white tile, guess what? Clean time. You're going to be cleaning Mudflower. Saying. Meant to say outrun. Outrun. Outrun was just Sega. Oh wow. Okay, we got more pictures. We got more. Oh boy. Okay. More pictures. All right. See. Come on. Get in there. Oh, what happened? Okay. See. I know you got pets. So do I. Yeah. And also your focus is a little off. I know it's probably a phone camera. That's fine. Look. If you're going to show us pictures, you can't show us the crumbs, the hairs. I will assume that that's pet hairs. I'm not going to, you know, not going to jump to any other conclusions. But cleanliness is next to somethingness, says people. All right. I'm just messing with you. Box. Dang. That's a lamp. Okay. Was that box? Is the lights. Monitor. I have that light. Oh, you have one of those OT lights. It's a fluorescent light that has daytime. I forgot what the number temperature is, but it does help with it. No, man, I meant to say outrun, but I said wipeout. Oh, okay. Here's what I'm saying. Pro Am is not out, but it. See, but RC Pro Am and Outrun are two different type of games. So RC Pro Am is isometric RC racing cars, which is dope in its own respect. You know what I mean? Outrun is a behind, third person arcade racer. And the heritage of Outrun is just like, yo, that's Outrun, son. That's the best arcade racing right now, son. 85 or whatever it came out. Says we have dogs. Not the same, but yes, I agree. I totally agree. How did we get on that topic? I totally forgot what we were talking about. Your analogy totally. But anyway, this is the Macintosh. So it's a tower and a desktop combined and a monitor. There you go. You said Nintendo didn't have a game like that. Oh yeah, no, I agree. But like I was trying to compare Outrun versus Rad Racer because that was the closest thing at the time, and I was like, yeah, this ain't no Outrun. Sorry, they tried though, but it wasn't. Yeah, it looks like like probably not. You should do a Tiger Claw. Well, first you should clean up a little bit. I'm just not trying to. I'm not. No. Yeah, clean a lot. Move your computer, clean the under, dust it, wipe it down, do all that stuff because it's healthy for your computer as well as it looks good. Got a little pride. I'm sure you got LEDs up in your computer, some RGB happening. You got glass on the side, so you got to look inside, right? So you want to show off your stuff. Take some pictures and throw it up on whatever. But yeah, make a video of you cleaning your computer. That'd be dope. Do that. This is how you clean the computer. You take it all apart and you just clean. You could do a time lapse or something. That looks like an old cash register. Yeah, I know the Macintoshes. They looked old, and I like the when you look at the actual GUI, I guess. It reminded me of the Amiga, basically, kind of simple. It's the same. Actually, no, the Mac was the ones that I saw. And has LED on it. Case on. Yeah. Let me see the side. Let me see how your cable management is inside that case, though. See what you got. Right now, your cable management outside the case is not. Look, I can't even talk because if y'all saw the cables up in here, y'all have a heart attack. If you see the TV I'm looking at right now, you have a heart attack. I told you the story already. The TV I had this old Seiki crappy TV, but the screen still worked, but the lights went out, right? Whatever reason, I couldn't fix them, so I was like, screw it. So I took the back off, I took the lights off, blah blah blah, and then I took the circuit boards. There's two, the main board and power on one, and then it's a video breakout board. I put that on the pieces there, the speakers there, and I put it on some wood, boom. And then I have a light bouncing off the back, so it's like a hologram. Actually, I can see through the screen to the back wall, and that's what's back at. So I could potentially like put this in the window. Actually, la la la. Anyway, so yeah, we get on this long tangent about whatever semantics, I tell you, and doesn't matter anymore because we have all these little mini PCs, Raspberry Pis, and whatever the PlayStation Classic is. But thinking about that, they were well, some YouTubers out there were like, "Oh, is there a Dreamcast Classic coming out?" And I was thinking about it, I was like, that would be all right. I would buy a Dreamcast. I still want to buy a Genesis, mini Genesis, but they haven't. I think Sega's in the process of actually taking the license back or taking it away from At Games and doing it in-house themselves. If they do that, then I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. you know, they get a little hardware team together, you know, or they can hire out someone to actually do the fabrication of the actual case, and then they can do in-house the boards. I will imagine that they still have that technology because they're still making arcade games. So I'm like, yo, y'all can make a little ass. Come on, y'all could do it. If they're still making arcade games, I will assume that Sega is capable of making an in-house Genesis Mini. You know, and even though I should probably just buy the Genesis collection for the Xbox One, I already have the 360 version, but not backwards compatible because Sega trying to get that money. I'm kind of looking crooked at Sega right now because I'm like, yo, that's messed up. But you know, I don't want to buy it. I might get it when it's super cheap, you know, when it's like $20, because I think it came out at 40, and I was like, nah, or maybe 30. Might have been 30. But whenever it's on sale, I might scoop it up and play it half a time. And what I like about the Genesis version is they had all these videos about like old videos about the teams and all the directors and stuff, and then they had some arcade games. They had Space Harrier was in it, and was Quartet in it? Well, I think Quartet was in it. I forget. But oh, here we go. We got more pictures. Tiger Claw, Tiger Claw. Tiger Claw with the hitty Tiger Claw, Tiger Claw. All right, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Man, you're right. Those heat sinks are horrible. They are ugly. What's up with that though? Why are your heat sinks? Tiger slaps some ambient LED strips behind your lamp. That's true. Cable management is kind of good. The power supply shroud covers most of it, and back. No, that's not kind of good. That's just you don't have a lot of cables showing. You need to tighten this up, right? Like these, like you see these two cables. I don't know if y'all. Okay, let me see. Let me show. You see these two cables right here, right? SATA and I guess that's power. Yeah, it looks like SATA. That's the SATA and power. I would. These. I was gonna say these need to be put together, or you tie them together so it's like nice and like, cause they're like right here, and then you tuck them into the side, and then they're coming back out again. I don't understand that, and then they're going into the hole. So I guess pull them taut more, put them into that hole, or put them through this. There's a big ass hole right here. Why is it all the way down here? Come on, son. And then and it's also once again dirty inside. Come on, you gotta clean that out. And this red one, you could do something with this instead of just hanging it out like that. You could pop it through the back, and then boom. Actually, I would change that red to a black wire. That's what I would, so that it's not just sticking out like a big doofy red wire. You know what I mean? Also, these colored wires right here. I mean, I know that's kind of hard. I would try to, get a little covering just to cover the ends right here, so that And why are your fans white? There's a lot of mismatched stuff going on in here, Tiger Claw. Heat sinks are huge because you need really good heat. Better than the Sinclair. Okay. Oh, somebody posted. All right, so what you got down here? You got hard drives. How many you got? You got 4. You got 5? Is there one on the bottom? Or is that empty? Can't tell. You got 5 hard drives or 4 hard drives? It looks like. Wait. So wait a second. So okay, wait a second. You don't have a. You have an SSD, right? Not a. Elgato. What's this one? You got two. You got 2 capture cards in your. What is that? Red sided cable is connected to the SATA port that connect the movable hard drive. Oh, okay, I got you. That makes sense. So that's a big and that's cool. Still ugly. Just saying. There's a okay. Just because you explain what it is, still ugly. Fix. First thing, change your fans. Take those fans off, okay? And put black fans on there. Or put some more white stuff in here. Put white cables. Or put white cable covers. That would at least kind of match some of the stuff, you know. Do another picture. 5 hard drives, 5 SSDs. Do another picture. Turn on the RGBs. And don't use the flash. I want to see what the colors look like. You know what I mean? Do that. Do another picture like that. Like put the cup like you can do it with and without the cover. So you turn off the don't use the flash. Turn off the lights in your room and let the RGBs glow gloriously. And let's see what that looks like. I want to see what it looks like. Because it probably looks fly, but I mean it's dusty. But I'm saying it probably looks fly, kinda. But yeah. What wattage you got on there? I can't zoom in anymore. What's the wattage on that? Lepa. Is that 1080? I can't tell. Yeah, clean it. Dang it. There are no RGBs. There are no RGBs on the fan. Where are the RGBs? I thought you said the fan had RGBs. I could have swore you said the fan thing. Oh, the front LED. The front fan has a LED. Okay. So do that one. Do the front LED fan. See that? Was it just white or is it multicolored? RGB? Or it's just white? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Do that. I want to see colors, man. I want to see color. But yes, please clean. If you clean your computer super dopely, you probably get more performance up in there. Sorry, Kaijudo. Kaijudo hasn't made a console in over a decade. They ain't making no second. You know what? They might, because they're seeing all the they're seeing all of the actual interest in it, and they're seeing that Nintendo's doing it and being very successful, and they realize that, well, they keep selling this Sega Genesis Classics, whatever, on consoles as software. They could just do that. They could make a little mini console for $20 or whatever, and charge 50, 60. People would buy that. They'd make over 100% profit on that. You know what I mean? And that would be more profit than the little. Well, actually, it might be. Actually, they might make more profit on that as opposed to just the game for 30. You know what I mean? So, even though it is more, it takes more money to make because it's a thing. You know, it's a product. As far as a physical, boards and plastic, it's a disc or download. It is more of an investment. But if they do it right, it's not like Sega is incapable of making hardware. That's what they did. That's what they still do. So it's not like we're talking about, oh, I wonder if I don't know who's not good at hardware. It just says, is that a strand of licorice instead of PC? I know, right? What, the red? Yeah, that's a red vine right there. He put the red vine in faster with the data. Red vine did it. Yeah, but like a Tiger Claw, please, for your sake and the world's sake, clean that joint. Wait, do I see? Is that the? Oh, I see the color right there. I see the color right there. So it is RBG. Red, green, blue. Red, green. That's it's not. Oh, you got white fans on top too. Picture pages. This is the Tiger Claw picture pages thing. You see how it looks cleaner now without the flash? And the flash also brings out a lot of the dust and stuff. So just get some softer lights. I'm give you some tips on photography. Get some softer lights, because right there is backlit, so that's helping you too. But if you get some softer lights that isn't so hard on the that doesn't give you hard shadows, then you'll have it'll look better. It'll look cleaner. It could still be bright, but if it's softer, it won't cast the hard shadows. It won't look as harsh, and you won't see as much of you still see some dust, but you won't see as much of it, because the diffusion of the light is better. Like that's like but that's like, oh, all right, that's all right. See, it's all about presentation. It's all about, but yeah, that's all right. Dun, 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 dun. But I still think, okay, so Sega's in a position right now. I'll say it'll be a test if they come out with a Genesis Mini that they make themselves, not at games, kick at games to the curb. They should have learned by the last one. It was so close, but they screwed up the, I guess, the UI, the GUI, and it was horrible. Some of the functionality wasn't that good, and was there a lag issue? I can't remember what else was wrong with it, but it's the best version of it. And they actually did fix the sound, I believe. But I think there was still something wrong with the sound, but I think it was in tune, but it was something else. I don't know. But I'm looking for perfect versions. And Sega can do that. I don't think they would pull a Sony and be like, oh, let's just get a third-party emulator and put it on there. I'm like, why? I'm not getting into that again. Okay, Tag Class says on one of the pics you see GTX 1080 Ti, and underneath it Elgato capture card, and under it is, oh, that's a Sound Blaster. The graphics card does have an LED. Yeah, so turn all your lights off, and put, I guess, I don't know if you need to turn those on or whatever. Those LEDs, and let's see some lights, man. Come on. Show us the light. Show us the light show, Tiger Claw. This is your time to shine. Even though I'm kind of dissing the dust, but still, you know, you could come back next week and be like, yo, I cleaned my computer. Check it out. Boom, and just have super dope. You know, you could clean it, right, and then you could do take the whole week and like do some real fly pictures, take a whole bunch of pictures, and then have like a slideshow, or just like be prepared, you know. Get a better camera. I mean, you don't really need a better camera, but I'm just saying, if you have a better camera laying around, take some pro pictures, you know what I mean? I'll show them out. I'll pimp your stuff. All good. Anybody else want to put pictures of their rigs in the... This should be a section of just a portion of the show. This is the time of the show. This is pimp your rig. No. This is rigger please. That's bad. What would a portion of the show segment where people show pictures of their rigs? Check out my rig. My rig is fly. You know you like my rig, baby. Well, that's not. I mean, sexist. I say it because people think I'm talking to women. Anyway, so. Yeah, like, you know, like I said, you look to that from that looks Also, these wires, you can, I know there isn't really any place to put them, I guess, but you can either like tie them together or kind of tie them, and then there's ways you can do it. There's ways you can do it to. Nah, that's what I'm talking about. Now that's the first picture you should have shown right there. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the flyness. Now I feel like I'm in Cyberpunk right now. Look at that. Come on, son. That's how you supposed to show. Like, yo, this is my computer. Check it out. Boom. You don't show this. You don't show the ugly pimples to the girl you trying to impress. Be like, yo, what's up, baby? You don't show that picture. You show, yo, what's up, girl? Blam. All the pretty colors. She be like, oh. And then the next morning when she wake up and turn over and then she see that, then she like, oh yeah, that's right. He's just a regular dude. I forgot about that. You know what I mean? And then when she gets used to you, she's like, ah, I like him now. So, yeah, there you go. That's all right. All right, so not pro tip, because I don't even do any of this on my computer. But what I would do is take these two fans. Get RGB. If you got one RGB in the back, because you can replace that easy, that would balance out, because you're bottom heavy, right? Because all your lights on the bottom. But if you get one RGB right here on the back fan, that would give you some light there, and then you probably wouldn't need to change anything else out. I mean, that's just for, it's not like but where's that blue light coming from? I don't know. You said that the front fan has LEDs, but not the back, because the back just fan. Yeah, there's no LEDs. Right? See, I see colors right there. That's LEDs in the case, not on the. So, yeah, just pop out the back fan. Fans are cheap. Fans are super cheap. I mean, you got a TI, you know, you got all this other stuff. You got an Elgato HD 60. You know what I mean? You could get a fan. You can get, what's that, a 120? Get a 120, slap that bad boy in there with RGBs. What, $10? Come on, son. Let's get it. Get it now. Order it now. Show me that you ordered it. Sorry. Oops. Pay says, damn, Cyberpunk hype. Nightclub's PC so ugly. He has taken pictures of it with the lights off. He has to take pictures. Well, like I said, you know, you gotta show the best lighters. Hey, Tiger Claw says the two fans on the top and the ones on the side panel, good fans. 200 mil. Okay. Oh, that blue light might be from the Ethernet port. Right. Okay. You know how Ethernet. Your fan is a 140. So get a 140. Fans on the heatsink. Oh. Well, at least get all white fans at least. You know what I mean? Come on, coordinate a little bit. You got matchy stuff in here. At least cause if all your fans were white, and if this cable was white, then I'd be like, all right, and maybe just pull off the shroud and paint it white and slap it back in there. You know, whatever you could take off of here and paint white and slap it back in, do that. It's not hard to paint white. Just go to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. Get you a can of Rust-Oleum white gloss or matte if you're feeling frisky. I'd say gloss because it stays cleaner, kind of, maybe. Well, fingerprints. But anyway, gloss is pretty. Spray it up. Don't spray it in the. Just take it out of the system. Go into your garage, backyard with a piece of cardboard. Don't go in the garage. Go outside. Put a piece of cardboard down, big enough so you don't spray up the grass or dirt, whatever you got back there. Put the thing, spray it, light coat first, then a couple of medium coats. Don't go too fast because that was my problem. I usually spray too fast and it kind of atomizes the spray, so I get a kind of a rough. I don't get a smooth, but there's an in between. If you go too slow, you'll get runs. If you go too fast, you'll get the atomize and it doesn't stick. So you gotta, it's perfect speed. You gotta get. And yeah, do that. If that was white, that back fan was white, it would be more balanced. I think your rig likes balance. And also, if that back fan was white, 140, white with RGB, boom. That's one. I think that's the main thing. Do that. System is 9 years old and still kicking. Oh, it's 9 years old. Never mind. Don't even pay it. Yeah, my system. One of my computers down here is. It's about that. About 9. I'm not using it at the moment. Definitely don't. Fans in. Because I got AC. Pace is in. Pace says bed right now. Bed hype? Really? What are you wearing, Pace? In bed. Why you gotta taunt us with your bed activities? That's not right. That's not right at all. Oh boy. Tiger Claw says, I'm thinking at some point of replacing the front LED fan with one of the. Oh, that's. Hold up, what? Spoopy? Links are spoopy. Okay, I won't. Guess I. Where did you? Or something. That's the fan. I guess that. And I mean, it's okay. I guess the actual fan blades are white. I would assume that because. Yeah, get that, man. Get that and get one for your back too. Get the both. Match them up. Batch them up, straight batch them up. Show us my PC is under a whole bunch of. It's hard to do, and the wires are ridiculous. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do that. Nope, not to yet. Yeah, that's what I. That's what I. Up. Golly, I gotta leave this one. Come here. Come here, you. I'll pull up a I'll go online. I'll clear. Oh yeah. They're trans. That's cool though. That's cool. I think that's close enough to what you have already. Because you have the other fans that you have are white, right? They are white. Oh, you put up another picture. Oh man, you put up a whole bunch of. Hold up. All right, so it looks cool. See, also angles are important, so that's a good angle, very good angle. Um, no flash, that's good. You know what might actually kind of be cool. I don't know how it would affect anything in your computer, but if you put a mirror, if you kind of put like from right here. Actually, if you angle a mirror from here to here, the light will bounce back and hit the rest of the side. And then you can put another mirror and bounce it up here. That's a. Oh, I see. Oh wait, that is a fan in there. Thing is, RGB. Show the RGB. So what's the problem? So what's the problem? How much is it? $35? That's not bad. No, not bad. That's not bad. Oh, so you can put four. I guess four fans. Oh yeah. Okay. I mean that's I guess you're gonna. That's kind of cool as an app. But let me look up my. Her name was. Copper Kettle. Oh, right, Copper Kettles and. Yeah, I have a crappy computer. Don't be make fun. Don't be make fun, okay? Wow, it's not. Do. Thompson Roses. Yeah, that's my computer. That's not. No, I have. This is pretty much my computer, except it doesn't have 16 gigs. It has 12 gigs. It doesn't have an SSD. It has a regular hard drive. I think it can. But yeah, quad core, single. That's my computer. Got two. But that's the computer right now that I'm streaming on. It's not a great. awesome computer, but it's all right. It's all right. It works. But actually, I mean, that's the computer, right? But what I had to do, so there's the power supply. Took that out, put in a 500. I can't see it from. I put in a 500 watt, of course, because I put in a RX 480. So I have RX 480 and a new power supply. And the thing about this case is that this is a small case. This is a mini tower basically, and it didn't fit. The power supply didn't fit. So I have the power supply outside of the case and the wires going in, basically. So either I need a new case or. And the thing is, you see the disk drive. It's like a laptop disk drive. It's not motorized. You just press it and it pops out like a laptop. I was like, oh, this is so like a laptop tower, basically. But I was like, you know what? I don't care right now. Just give. Actually, I didn't buy it. Bridget bought it because it came with a monitor. Okay, that's. And I think it's up to 3.3. But let me see. Island. Oh, no, I gotta do. Raindrops on roses and bright copper kettles. So it is at. Oh, here it is. 1 point. Why is it 2 point? Yeah, it's alternating. Speed is alternating because I'm not really doing anything graphic intense. It's got a couple of chat rooms open and I'm streaming out. So. Time is 7. No, I just turned base speed 2.71. They had turbo boost or whatever they call it, 3 point, which happens. I mean, that's what computers are now. Tarkla says RX 480 when I get the RX 590 the newest card, because I've had the RX 480 for what 2 years now. Whenever it came out, or I got it a little bit after when it came out, and it was $200. I was like, no, it was a little bit less than 200. I got a good deal, so I was like, get that real quick. So, you know, it works. It's all right. I need a new computer. Because the actual processor and the fact it's only quad core is the main thing as far as what I need to do or 3D stuff. So, but as far as music, I'm using my old laptop. I'm actually thinking about getting another laptop. It's gonna get the newest version of Ableton, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't work on Windows 7. So, and that old laptop upgrade. What I got right now, only because Bridget bought it. RX 480 fits in this little ass case. Believe it or not, it does. I stuffed it in there, and this thing opens up weird because it opens up like this comes off, and then this whole front like rotates a little bit like that. Oh. Oh man, I wish I had a Windows 10. I got the Windows 7. You can see how looking at bushings. Stabilize that. Fix that. Probably. But yeah, okay. So good picture pages time. Everybody, picture pages, chilling now. Picture crayons and with pens. Yeah, 280 plus tax is way more than I paid. So that's what it is. That's what it is. So the Amazon RX 590. Here's the thing about the 590 is that, oh no, that's not true. I'm thinking about the 580 because my 480, my RX 480 has 8 gigs of RAM. I forgot what the speed is on it. It's not 1600 meg. It's 13 something, maybe 13, 15 or something like that. It has DDR5. So yes, this is faster. But it's still too much because I paid what I paid for mine. I'm like, no, I'm not. And maybe it's the manufacturer because mine is the Asus. That's the XFX again. Yeah, 280. Yeah, here. Like that. Yeah, it's the same setup. I have an HDMI and then 3 display ports, and then, yeah, this is the same exact setup as my 480. I need some display ports to I guess HDMI. Yeah, I need display port to HDMI adapters because I have this monitor right here on my DVI because I don't have any display port, so I can only use the HDMI and the DVI. So if I get a display port to HDMI, I can use my other monitor that actually came with the computer and have 3 monitors for this computer. Then I'd be like, which one is this? Gaming. All right, so yeah, give me the specimen. Dude, get out of here. It's cookies. Base frequency up to, wait. If it's base frequency, why is it up to 1469? Shouldn't the base frequency be, I guess the base frequency is average, I guess? But base frequency should be, yeah, that's right. Base frequency is, okay. So that's the average on the low side. Boost is 15. That's not that fast. I thought that was faster. It's at 1600 on the Amazon page. What does it say right here? Yes, 1600 megahertz. They lied. They lied. Why y'all lying? Why is Amazon lying? If I go by Amazon, then I'm getting sold some bullshit right here because on the actual AMD website it says up to 1545. What, they just gonna round up? So what's up, Subsy says when you get into the $300 range, GTX 10. Yeah, 5. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I don't 7.1 teraflop. 49.54 gigabyte. Is that gigabits or gigabits? Shouldn't it be GB? Or gig? Is it just gigs per second? Giga textures. I don't know anymore. Might as well go with the Radeon Vega. How much is the Radeon Vega 64? 2K gaming PC. Can't. Oh, here's the giga textures right next to 22. But yeah, that's okay. So that's a lie. Never trust Amazon. Is that what it is? And the 1600 megahertz overclocking capability provides an extra performance boost. See, that's a little. You put it on 1600, that should explode. Here it is. Here's the truth. 1545 megahertz clock speed and 1565 megahertz boost clock speed. Okay, that's a lie too because on the actual site it says 1469 as the clock speed, not 1445. And the boost speed is 1445. And here they say the boost speed is 1565. Something's not right. Is this a different card that I'm looking at? This is the same card. RX 590 Fatboy OC. Is this just not the Fat Boy? Is that, I don't. Do they have This, yeah, the 560 is closer to my 480. Yeah, that's real close, actually. That's just about it, right? Actually, the 570. What's mine? There. Actually, in Radeon today. Uh, yeah. Um, cards. I should. Here it is. Radeon RX. Mine doesn't look like that. It is quiet. 265 for 4 gig. Are they smoking crack? Come on. So this is not mine. Is actually I have mine clock fast. This is up to 1120 and 1266. Mine is faster than 5.8. Everything else is the same basically, but mine is clock fast. I had the Let me see if I can. Oh, like burn the face. AMD. Oh no. Weak. Whoa. Where'd it go? All right. Oh, maybe not. So, so max. Oh yeah, it is 12. I thought it was fat. I thought I had it at 13 something at one point. I might have tried it and it might have broke. So yeah, I guess that is it. I have it on over. I don't care. You use 0. Yeah. Wait. Memory usage. I don't understand. I don't understand. Gaming mode. So when I change these, it doesn't affect the minimum maximum. I I like the 1 second update. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. What is that? Pop up. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Fastness. So what are you talking about? So the RX Vega graphics card, HBM, Vega more. I heard it's terrible. Think about the 950, 590, RX 590. Many are saying it's the same as the RX 580, but with the higher clock speed. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing about those cards is that they're like incremental. So I'm like, I have a 480. Yes, the 590 is better, but you know, by what, 400 megahertz or something like that. So I'm like, you know what? I don't need it that much. Not for $300. I don't need to spend a barely. That's like buying a PS4 Pro if you have a PS4 already. Like a little bit better. Like, is it really worth, $400? Not really. You know, I believe you can do Crossfire with 2 RX 480s if Yeah, man, my motherboard does not. That's another thing. I mean, by the time I get a motherboard that would support that, 480s would probably be super cheap. I could just pick one up, slap it together, bam. But wait, Crossfire is not SLI. Crossfire is when you have an AMD CPU. Oh no, you have a your inboard graphics is AMD, whatever, and it's the same, and you can run them parallel or whatever, crossfire them. It's kind of like SLI, but it's with two different non-equivalent graphics. So I don't know how that works. I guess they don't work in parallel, but they work together on stuff, kind of like what the 32X did, which is a thing to mention. Yeah. So let me show you. Well, I showed it last week. Smooth Q. I really like the Smooth Q. So here's the thing about the Smooth Q. Smooth. I tested it out. Crossfire also works on Intel board. Or Intel boards that support both. But isn't Crossfire when it uses the integrated graphics and the graphics card? So yeah, that might be true. I don't think my computer does. But yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was, well, I guess I'm thinking about the early days. Yeah, you probably. So this is what I got, right? I got this this was $80. It was on. So basically it's a 3-axis gimbal for smartphone or action cams if you go pros and all, right? So the cool thing about this is that, you know, it's motorized and blah blah blah. It was only $80. And I was like, I kind of want that, not for selfies, because that's what, you know, that's what homegirls. Selfies so smooth. But I want to use my phone. It's here. It doesn't work with this phone. Is a 4K phone. It's a 4K camera. Records a 4K video. It's the only 4K camera I have, actually. So I was gonna use that for, and I have a GoPro. I can smooth follow shots, but other stuff Canon for. If I'm gonna shoot all 4K, then I have to use the camera, and it's not definitely possible. I've seen actual iPhone movies. Okay. It doesn't use the integrated graphics. Crossfire is like, it doesn't require that. I could have swore the Crossfire was the usage of both. Darn it. Gosh darn it, Tiger Claw. Crossfire. Yeah, I guess. Crossfire compatibility. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. It's for the APUs basically, which is integrated graphics. Like our consoles are integrated CPU APUs. So all of these chips are the APUs. They have graphics integrated with CPU. And that's where the Crossfire is. The Crossfire combines both. It combines the integrated graphics, the APU stuff, with whatever card you slap in. So none of this will work with mine, bro. Where are you? Oh no, these are all free. So, yeah, I don't have an fire are. I used to. I have a. Oh, I had an A10 before. That's the one that blew up. I would. You know what? You know, it's not even on this list, so I couldn't. I couldn't that either. Hmm. Suck. Was it A10 or A? I don't remember. That'd have been cool. I don't know how it would for rendering graphics or. But this is a cool gimbal. If you guys are interested in a gimbal, like the comparable gimbals out there that are for cell phones and action cams, GoPros and such, are starting at $300 for the is the Ismo is the yeah. I was looking at that. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna because I went to Best Buy and I saw and they were literally side by side, and one was $200 and one was $80 on sale. I was like, give me that one. It's Best Friday. It's Black Friday at Best Buy. Give me that one, yo. I got it. Bam! Actually, I need to. I charged it, and I forgot to. I forgot to. It says for its battery's health that it should not store it. Yeah, or you should store it. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. So I raindrops on roses and whiskey on kids. Right. Come on, you son of a bitch. Hopefully this will work. It's weird because you have to balance it, right? But Captain Marvel trailer. All right, so watch me. Watch this. Right, copper arts. There it is. Boop. So it's a gimbal. It does those things. This is what it does. Like it's 3 different modes. So you could do like a follow or and this is just like follows, but it keeps up. For $80, this is like it's high tech, yo. I mean, there's other, but I don't want to mess with it. And you can go up and down. It's got a little joystick. It doesn't make the noise, so it's cool. I like it. That was so. Let's see. Let me do the other mode. Is where it wherever you click it, it'll stay. It'll keep this same moving this way or that will keep the camera direction. And the last one is complete follow. That way, up and down. I thought that was. Oh, okay. That's the But the thing is, this phone is super heavy. So this phone is at the, I would say the limit as far as weight goes for this thing. So, and this is a very big old phone. It's the Lumia 1520. So, you'll probably have lighter phones, or maybe not if you have a Samsung, or the might be around the same size as this. So, know that this thing works with it. So, the weight distribution is weird on this. I'm just trying to, because I'm probably not gonna. I could have. There was. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the. Gotta tap. That's. This thing is really cool. Oops. Can I balance it? Anyway. Oh wait. I don't want no accidents, yo. Not an accident. I was drummer. Thing is cool. Glad I got it. Ice. That comes with a nice little case. So what is this? Captain Marvel ad. Of course. Is that on ABC? I don't know. Marvel. Yeah. I mean, I guess that'll be. I don't know. I have something get me. Doesn't matter. But anyway. So yeah, that was a demo of my super uh gimbal Steadicam thingy. Pretty cool. I like stuff like gadgets that make your creative process fun. Let's I'll look up some speaking of gadgets, I'm gonna look up some news stories real quick. Because I know I didn't really talk about Tech Plus PC. uh why is why Xbox is sticking with E3 after Sony dropped out. I mean, all Xbox. Ooh, Zillion. I had that game for. Dude, why don't they make a Zillion for the Gen? I was gonna say Why don't they make a new Zillion? Be a cool game, right? So this is in the Sony news thing, but say about Isaac. I mean, I keep hearing people talking about, well, whatever, people on podcasts, talking about, oh, Sony doesn't need to do it, blah, blah, blah. And then I heard a podcast that said the magic word, hubris. And I was like, what? Somebody said hubris? And they were getting at the fact that it's a possibility that Sony's hubris is so strong that they compared it to the hubris that they had when the PS3 was launched. Thank you. Someone said something. I think it was on the X, actually. But it was an IGN Xbox podcast, so yeah, whatever. I think it might have been. But anyway, actually, it might have been Giant Bomb. Not too sure. No, it might have been Beast. Don't remember. Point is, the hubris point, and I'm like, okay, that's what I've been saying. At Sony's hubris, and that's what Fred Rojas has been saying. To be fair. Anyway, and I'm like, yeah, okay, it is hubris because they are. It's either this. It's hubris, and they feel that they don't need to do anything. They're good, or they feel that they don't need to do anything, and they don't care about the PS4, quote unquote PS4. They're focused on PS5. So they're not going to show the games. They're not going to show Death Stranding. They're not going to show any of these games. All the games that have not come out yet, that are PlayStation exclusives, are going to be PS5 games. I guarantee it. I will guarantee it. They may come out on PS4, but they will be PS5 games. I guarantee it. Because, you know, hey, we need games for the launch. And if they don't have they're not going to have the install base. When you're launching a system, you don't have it installed. So all these third-party games coming out, they can't be like, oh, yeah, we got all these third-party games for the new... No, it's not. That's not good enough. Because if you sell 1 or 2 million in the first couple months compared to, let's just say, the Xbox number, right? And since the Xbox is backwards compatible, Xbox X, or the X and the One, so I would say that the Xbox One X has sold more than 2. I would say that, of course. Yeah, it's been a year. So I'm pretty sure they've sold, 10 million, let's say. Probably more than that, but let's just say 10 million. And by the time that the PS5 is coming out, 30 million. Just do 10 million each, right? Just a number. How, as far as releasing a game and saying, okay, third parties, why? Of course they're gonna make a version of the game for everything. But thinking about, okay, what is going to be exclusive to like third party exclusivity or the PlayStation 5, they're not going to have any of that in launch because there's no money in it. Unless Sony's giving out a whole bunch of money for that. Still, if it was just cross-platform, Xbox One X and PS4, whatever else, and PS5, that's better. So we cannot expect to have third-party exclusive games for the PS5 during the launch window because it business-wise doesn't make sense because there are not enough units. That's only assuming that the PS5 is not backwards compatible. PS4 is not backward. PS4 is not forward compatible. If it is, if you can play PS4 games on your PS5, then it changes it slightly. But that doesn't mean that, well, if that is the case, then that's a totally different story. Then you have the PS4 numbers plus PS5 cells initially, but then that means that whoever's making that game needs to do a PS5 version as well, which is not going to be a good look, because the hardware is all it's going to be is probably a resolution boost and frame. Other than that, they can't really take advantage of, because just getting the system next year. Well, what is it? They're probably getting them now. They're probably getting they're probably getting the specs, the quote unquote specs of what the lives. I mean, that was a leak. There was a leak wasn't a white paper, but call it. It was a leak white paper about what the PS5 specs were. I was like, okay, it was like was it 10 teraflops? I think it was 7. 16 gigs of RAM. Was there a SSD in it? I don't remember. The thing is, like, I'm looking at all this stuff. I'm like, okay, sure. There's no way this is not going to be under $500. Just based off of that, based off of what the X is right now, and the X is good, but it's not like all that. So I'm like, okay, this is better than the X. Even 2 years from now, still gonna be $500. Not gonna be less than $500. Everybody who's thinking PS5 is gonna be $399, that's what it now. Only way that Sony could do it, they take the Pro and they make that the main SKU. Well, I mean, that will keep the regular PS4 and the Pro. So the regular PS4 will be super cheap, like $100. Pro will be, I don't know, $200. Then the Pro will be $399, and then the 5 would be $599. I think the Xbox is gonna do the same thing. They're gonna have a $599 Beast system, and then a $199. Well, $299X by 2020, $299X. And the S will still be around, but I think they're gonna shift the S more towards what the Scarlet's gonna be. So I think the Scarlet is gonna be the streaming box with no disk drive, basically. So that'll be less than $200. So $99 would be kind of nice. I'd be like, but what? I don't know. So I wouldn't need it. Hacked. Like at work. Make all the money. Yeah. I think. What else? Besides, Bethesda's drama, Fallout 76, the ongoing drama with Bethesda. I am so glad that I don't care about Fallout. It's always been, and the thing is, like, Bethesda's games have always been garbage. Let's just say that they've always been garbagey, and the only reason why I like Elder Scrolls is because of the setting, not because the game played good. I said this last week, so I've always been kind of like, side eyeing Bethesda, like, I'm waiting for y'all to get good. I mean, the fact that they have mods makes their games better, but I can't rely on community mods. So I'm like, waiting for you to get good. And unless they do something with that engine to make it better, I have little hope for Starfield. That's the one game I'm like, okay, you give me futuristic Oblivion, basically. Okay, give me that. Yeah, give me the space Oblivion. Give me that. But in the meantime, I'm like, well, you know what? Cyberpunk. That's the game. That's the big open world game that I am waiting for. And then, of course, all the games that Microsoft is doing, because they got 12 studios now. They have more studios than Sony. They're gonna have more first-party games, first-party exclusives than Sony. They're gonna have more. Not now, but they will. Especially since Sony's on reset mode. Now they're getting games out within the next 2 years, and they just released a lot of games. So it's gonna be a couple years before you're gonna get anything that hasn't been announced yet. You're not gonna see any new announcements from Sony in like 2 years. Since 2 years, next year is gonna be a ghost town. And the fact that, I don't know if it's hubris, maybe it is, maybe it's not, I'm not sure. But the fact that they're not even showing up to E3 is a bad look. And people are trying to, oh, E3 doesn't matter anymore. But they're full of shite. What they're doing is they're on the winning team. They're on the winning team side, and they're trying to give us excuses as to why the winning team is doing this, because the winning team is making winning moves, and this is a winning strategy, so it has to make sense. So because of what, this isn't a losing team's move, this is the winning team. Not realizing that Sony was winning when the PS2, and then when the PS3, they started losing. And now they're winning, and now PS5, they're gonna lose again. Odd number. I'm just saying, it's the hubris, and it's like, I don't understand the mentality, because if you're on top, right, you have to work so hard to stay on top. It's like being a boxer, right? You're like, yeah, I'm #1 champ, yeah. But guess what? You just can't sit down and be lazy and not do it. You have to go back to the gym, work it out. Guess what? You got to fight again. You got another fight. You have to defend your title. Sony has to defend their title. They're not defending the title by missing 2 important events. And I understand where you can say, okay, let's just chill. You know, give us the time. Give it time to cool down. Then when we come back, it's like, boom. We got like, bam. But that's the thing. We're assuming that when they come back and show us some stuff, it's going to blow our brains out. We're going to be like, oh my God, that's so good, Sony, yay. So right now, by them skipping events and stuff, they're not part of the conversation anymore. So when they do become part of the conversation, it better be a good conversation. It better be like, oh snap, they came with it. It's like when Rockstar, every 5 years they come up with a game, right? It's not every 2 years when you get tired of it, gets played out. No. It's like, yo, it's Rockstar. They're going to take the time to come out. It's going to be pretty super dope fly. Even though there's flaws, still Rockstar, they come with it. You know? Sony trying to do that? I don't think they can do that. Not with consoles. You know? And they already blew their load 2 years ago with all these games. We already know about these games. You showed them 2 years in a row straight. Same thing, right? So it's like, okay, what else you got? Oh, we ain't got nothing, so we can't show you nothing, so we're not having events. Like, okay, whose fault is that? Whose fault was it that you blew your loads 2 years ago, and then you tried to do it again last year, and it was hot garbage? Last year's E3 on Sony's hot garbage. I'm sorry, that's bad. People, and now people are like, oh yeah, that was bad. The games are good, but that was bad. And they said that at the time, but it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's more apparent. And then you see what they're doing now. It's like, oh, they don't have nothing. That's come on, son. When's the last time that a giant corporation who has a giant console in the market with all these good games comes to a press conference or a gaming event expo with 4 games? That's some bullshit. Who does that? People who have the hubris. That's what it is. They think they so good. Yo, we so fly. We only need to come with 4 games. That was garbage. So they figure, I guess, instead of serving up garbage for another year, they will just be silent. They're going into silent mode. That's what Sony does. When they got nothing good to show, zip, they're just like, don't say nothing. And the problem with that is that they used to have third party in their pocket. You used to be like, yo, PlayStation 4 is the place to play, is the best place to play. Not anymore. Now it's the X. A lot of people are playing the third-party games on X. So all these games that are coming out in 2019 that Sony used to have the lock on the third-party sales and stuff, they're losing it. Xbox is grabbing them. And Sony's not doing nothing about it. They're just letting them grab it. Are they being nice? They're like, oh, let Xbox catch up. Let Microsoft catch up. We're so far ahead. We are so far ahead. We don't need to do nothing. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, sure. But, you know, Xbox might catch up. Might shrink that lead. You know? You had 80-something million. Xbox is in the 40s. Probably close to 50 by now. I don't know. And X is selling so good. I mean, what it was, the NPD dude said that the Xbox is making, the Xbox side of business for Microsoft is making, like year over year, is making record profits and all that stuff. And Xbox One X is selling phenomenally. That's what I said. Like, well, why isn't, well, I know Microsoft doesn't, you know, talk about this, which is good because the perception has changed. So it's changed in that it has become more about these companies and what they represent in the gaming space, right? So Sony, when you think Sony, you're like, oh, those exclusive games. It used to be, oh, it's the best, it's more powerful console, so that's where I'm gonna play all the games. But now it's, oh, they got the best exclusives. They don't talk about third party anymore. So that's out of the equation. They lost that. But that's all you, when you say, oh, PlayStation, it's all about the exclusives. That's it, right? Then you go on the Microsoft side and it's like, oh, what's going on with Microsoft? Blah, blah. I've seen a lot of articles talking about, oh, Microsoft doesn't have the exclusives like Sony, but they're doing everything else right. They're doing all the things that Sony isn't doing, Microsoft is doing, and that's what Sony should be doing. And I've seen articles where they're saying, oh, Microsoft, or this is what Sony should be, or this is how the future of gaming is, or blah blah blah, something to that effect. And it's basically customer service driven. Basically, it's like you know, with the cloud and stuff, but it's also like the adaptive controller, the elite controller, just the fact that Xbox Live is just way better than PSN as far as when you do the cloud saves and all that stuff. Like cloud saves on the PlayStation, the way that I understand it is hot garbage, and I'm like, hold up, I did not realize that it was this hot garbagey. I'm glad I know now, because when I do eventually get a PS4, I won't be upset. And also, I will not have more than one PS4, so that's that. So this only affects people who have more than one PS4 or are in the gaming industry and they work and they have a PS4 at work and they have a PS4 at home and they're trying to play games in both places. So if you're trying to play the same game with the same save on two different PS4s, the cloud is hot garbage on the PS4 because on PSN, because it doesn't automatically sync. Like on Xbox, like I'd be like, oh, let me play Forza. I start it up, syncing. 2 seconds later, boom, syncs my save. I'm good to go. On the PlayStation, you have to manually select the save, and I'm like, okay, that's one way of doing it, but it's not seamless. It's not like I was playing this. This is where I was. I'm going to a new console. I was playing it. This is where I was. It's not like that. It's like, okay, wait, I got to remember which is the one I want to pull from the cloud. You have to actually manually pull it from the cloud, your save, specific save, and get it and play it. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of whack. Then I think about like, oh, what games am I going to play? Well, first of all, only going to have one PS4, so I'm not going to have this issue. So that's a multiple PS4 issue. I guess they figured that people wouldn't buy more than one PS4. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why wouldn't you have better cloud stuff? And there's that, right? Then the whole name change stuff, which we talked about before, but that's horrible. That's like, oh, that's not even a fix. That's like, here's what I think. The reason why they haven't done it before, the whole name change thing, is because what's going on right now is what it has always been. Whereas like, okay, old games aren't gonna may not probably work. It's only gonna happen from this date forward, with April 1st, 2018 and forward, then they'll all work. I'm like, huh? How? This is all databases and stuff, right? So how is it so difficult for them? I understand when they made it originally, they made it wrong. Whoever designed it wasn't smart, or did it was evil. I don't know, but they messed up when they created the whole PSN account thing, right? It was all messed up, and from the jump, messed up. I don't know how they were out the gate second, so they could have looked at Xbox Live and said, okay, that's what we need to do. And they still messed it up. Sony still messed it up. Sony proving that they are more of a hardware company than a software company. I mean, the fact that the PS Classic is not internally produced as far as an emulator just proves that they're not a software company. And I've also heard Jeff Gerstmann saying, oh, defending it, like, oh, why would they need to do? There's already emulators out there. Why do they need to make it? I'm like, that's not okay. I disagree with Jeff Gerstmann. And I'm like, first of all, they have emulation on the PS4. If you go to the PS Store, you can play PS1 games, PS2 games natively on your PS4. So there is emulation on the PS4. Why do they need to use a third party? Open source. Why do they need to do that? They already have it on the PS4. I don't understand. So whatever. But I lost my train of thought. All I'm saying is that the perception between the two, like, you know, Switch is always in its own lane, but the perceptions between Microsoft, Sony, Xbox, and PlayStation are veering. They're going into different directions. Sony is being more focused or more specific in what they're doing, which is fine. But for Sony and the longer game, the longer outlook, it's not a good look, because they're not doing the work that they need to do in order to get PSN right, in order to get their it's yet to be seen, but VR right. I think they are gonna do better with the VR and PS5, but then again, like I said, the PS5 might be hindered by PSVR implementation, PSVR 2, because they're doing what Xbox did. I said they're doing what Xbox did with the Kinect. They're including the hardware within the system, specific VR hardware, so you don't have to have a breakout box. What that will do is increase the price of the console. If they have a PlayStation 5 that doesn't have VR built in, then you're going to have two separate SKUs. They might do that. But what I'm saying is that if every PlayStation 5 that comes out initially has VR built in, that is the same thing that Microsoft. The only difference is that you had the camera was in the box. They took the camera out of the box, then okay, sure. But that also hinders the regular games, right? Depending on how the architecture is. Now, the architecture on the Xbox was such that some of the resources were for the camera, were for all these things, right? So it took away from the overall performance. I don't know how Sony's going to do that. I don't know how Sony's going to pull that off. Is it going to adjust if you plug in a PSVR? Is it going to adjust automatically? I don't know. It doesn't seem like the PlayStation 4 does anything automatically. So, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a good idea, because Microsoft literally went through the same thing in 2013. I'm like, and I'm listening. I saw the black paper, white paper, whatever, and I'm like, are they actually going to do that? Are they going to actually do what Microsoft did in 2013 and expect people to forget. Expect people to be like, oh, they're Sony. Yeah, we got no. Because that's what Microsoft thought. They're like, oh, we Microsoft, we got the best. Nope. And by doing that, it makes the console cost more than it should. If they take that out, it will cost less. It's less HDMI plugs in the back. It's less processing that they have to utilize for the PSVR. Man, it sounds like a bad idea. I'm like, that's exactly what Microsoft did, and they bid it hard. Oh man, they paid the price. So I'm like, okay, I hope if they do that, it's gonna be costing a lot of money, and they're gonna lose the advantage. The advantage that they had PS4 versus Xbox One is that it was cheaper and it was more powerful. Same thing they did with the PlayStation versus the Saturn. PlayStation came out after the Saturn. Saturn was $399. The PlayStation 1 was $299, and it was more powerful. Same thing happened. And they cannot replicate that with the PS5. So how will they win? How will they do the same? They can't. They can't do it, because if Microsoft is going to be true to what they said, where they're going to have the most powerful console, period, regardless, they're not going to lose that battle anymore, then it seems, the more that I think about it, the more that I say it out in loud in words, sentences, the more that I say it, the more that I realize it is really 2013 flipped again. Sony's going to have the more expensive console that might be less powerful, that will probably less powerful. Now, you know what? They might be the same price, but the Xbox will be more powerful. And the PlayStation will have the PSVR stuff built in. I'm not sure if they're going to have the headset. I doubt they'll have the headset. Now, if they do, if they can pull $499 PS5 with the PSVR version 2 in the box, then that's a different story. Then that's like, okay, that might be it right there. But once again, it's the same thing as the Xbox One with Kinect in it. And all Microsoft has to do is like, oh, we don't have no VR, but our system, it will be more powerful. Say it's the same price, it will be more powerful, and that's enough for certain gamers to be like, okay, I'm getting the most powerful system. I need the beasties. I need the beasties. I need all the 4Ks and all the 60 frames or 90 frames or whatever the frames is going to be. It'll probably be 90 frames at that point. 2020 definitely will be 4K 60. I'm gonna pretend that they will probably be doing 90 frames and 100 frames on certain. Like if they say, oh, you want super high frame rate, 1080p, 100. You know, that'll be an option. I think that'll be an option. It'll be an option that I think Microsoft pursues. I don't know about, because Microsoft's already doing native 1440p on the one. You know what I mean? I believe is it on? I think it's on the. I think it's all across all the systems. So they have G-Sync, they have Dolby Atmos, they have 1440p native support. They have all these things that they're implementing system side that is like, they have both the HDR stuff. The Dolby Atmos is they have Dolby Vision. They have all these things. I think they have Dolby. I believe they do. But they have all these things that are like behind the scene that don't get a lot of like, look at that game. They don't get all that, right? But what they're doing is they're building a foundation of just like, all these things are here, you know. And so here's the thing that I've noticed: like when Sony will get, Sony gets 1440p native resolution on their whatever. Oh, it's a big news story. You didn't really hear anything about it. So that's part of the media and part of the populace being part of the winning team and propping up and pushing up the winning team whenever they do anything positive. But when the negative stuff comes, it's starting to flip now. But usually it's like, talk about that. But now it's like, yeah, no, we're talking about that. And a lot of negative stuff now is Fallout 76. It's happening with Fallout 76. And EA, a little bit of Battlefield stuff, not so much though. So I bet you that EA and Battlefield 5, I bet you they're like, oh my, thank you very much, Fallout 76, for taking all of this. You know what I mean? Because it's like, wow. But yeah, so that's about all I got. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Remember, plenty of podcasts and live shows on. Oh, I forgot to pimp the fact that my Skype works. I don't even know. I didn't have Skype. Skype usually pops up. But I forgot. Next time I'll open up Skype. So people can call in. I'll do that next week. I keep forgetting. I haven't used Skype in so long. Now that I got it hooked up a certain way, okay. But yeah, I appreciate you hanging out. Kaijudo Preach, Sully Hacked, Tiger Claw, Pace, Burr, Billy OK. All my peoples in chat. Shadow Next Gen, Sub-Z. I had fun with the Tiger Claw clips of DC Nate. Not clips. Pics of his computer set. Eventually, I will. When my office looks good enough. Right now, it's in shambles. It's really just a workspace to get stuff done. So eventually, I get it there. I'm gonna try to start streaming some let's make the music type of things. Me making beats, but during the week. But I will see. It's hard because I'm still doing some stuff on the not music stuff. It's hard for me to get in, get it done. The next time I do come in here to make the music, I will stream it. You guys aren't following me wherever. Follow me. That way you can get noticed, alerted, whatever. I don't know. I want to try to have a schedule like every day at 7 p.m. Same time as the show, but get in here. I'll have to see. Actually, it'll be on Mondays and Thursdays. That's when I have meetings. I usually don't. I'll have to see if I might start streaming during the have the meetings at the same time. Just do me. I don't know. I'll see. Anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Ballgames.com/live. Go there and listen to the shows. 24 hours music or shows, talk show. Do it. Okay, has books on Amazon. Do it. Derek H. I'm waiting for girl with ship with red hair, purple face, whatever. Do it. I have to check if you got some more. It got good. I'm gonna have to reread it again. The 5 chapters. That's kind of a good pilot, actually. Sell his show, man. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Tilt away all game. Take it in now. Oops. Bye, close. Yeah, good. I'm gonna have to. That's me again. Talking. Cuts That's off. Kind of a good. Yeah. Chill. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Huh? Oh. Whoa, that was good. Yeah, cool. Very, very quickly. Can't talk. But I appreciate y'all hanging out on Twitch. You know, who else is in? I was there a thing where you used to see who was actually in? I'm watching. Judo might still be. I don't know. But I'm out. I'm gonna go. My feet are cold, and hopefully next week I'll build my little AC, and maybe Bridget will be back. I have to find her microphone actually, and I gotta set up this or better. I'd have to move here. She'd be here. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, appreciate y'all hanging out. That's it. I got no more. Till the way, have a good rest of the night and stuff. And blah blah bleeps bloops.